Dear students, in yesterday's lecture or in the lecture where we have started with the principle of radar, just we have studied what is the principle used in radar. That is, radar transmits the micro radiations and allow to incident them on the target. It collects the information about the target. A reflected echo signal is received in the radar. Image is reproduced on a screen. By knowing the velocity of the micro radiation and time required to transmit and receive the micro radiations, one can determine the range, elevation, altitude of the target. Dear students, today we are going to study one of the type of the radar that is known as pulse radar. There are two types of the radars which are used. One is pulse radar and second one is continuous wave radar. Continuous wave radar works on the principle that microwaves are continuously emitted and it is allowed to incident on the target and reflected signal is received. In case of pulse radar, the microwaves are transmitted in the form of burst of pulses, and that's why that particular type of the radar we can call it as it is the pulse radar. Students, we are going to study pulse radar today. Pulse radar is commonly used radar. Signal is transmitted in the form of burst or pulses. Pulse width is very less. It depends on applications where it is used, and the pulse width may be vary between microsecond to several millisecond. The time between transmitted pulse is known as pulse repetition time. Time between two transmitted pulses. Suppose the first pulse is transmitted and next pulse is expected to be transmitted. Within that, whatever time it is existing, that time it is called as a pulse repetition time. And within this pulse repetition time, a reflected echo signal is received as far as radar is being considered. The reciprocal of the pulse repetition time is called as a pulse repetition frequency. For example, if suppose pulse repetition time is 120 microsecond, the pulse repetition frequency is 1 upon 120 microsecond, that's equal to 8.33 kilohertz. The ratio of pulse width to the pulse repetition frequency is called as duty cycle. Duty cycle is equal to pulse width upon pulse repetition time into 100, that is percentage. It is same as that of T on upon T on plus T off, that is T on upon total time. That is a duty cycle. Here it is a pulse width of pulse upon pulse repetition time. For example, if pulse width is say 9 microsecond and pulse repetition time is same, that is 120 microsecond, then the duty cycle is 9 upon 120 into 100, that is 7.5%. That is the duty cycle. Why we are studying this? Because all these parameters are necessary in pulse radar to be set, and then the micro radiation is transmitted to detect the target and to measure the range. So that's why these parameter plays a very vital role while detecting the range. The time between transmitted pulse and beginning of the next pulse in sequence echo is reset. Means within pulse repetition time, a reflected echo signal is reset. The duration of transmitted pulse and pulse repetition time are critical to determine the performance of radar and its application. So that's why these parameters are expected to be set as per the requirement of the application, as per the location of the target whose range is to be determined. A short range radar has a narrow pulse and pulse repetition time. If the range of radar is short, small, that is, it is used to measure the range of the target which is less. That is called as a short range radar. Narrow pulse width can be transmitted prior to a receipt of echo from the target. If pulse is long, it is masked or it is blanked by transmitted pulse. Long range radar is used long pulse repetition time as it takes more time for echo to return. In general, if the radar is short range, PRT is less. If long range radar is there, PRT is more. That is the meaning. This permits longer bursts of energy to get a strong echo for long range radar. It may return to receiver between two successive pulses. It may return after second transmitted pulse. If it's so, then it is known as double range or second echo. It is not suitable for the measurement. Double range or second echo pulse is not suitable for the measurement of range. Look at here. This is the pulse width of the pulse within which the carrier is microwave is transmitted. And this is the next pulse which is transmitted. In between that, whatever the time it is located, this time is called as a pulse repetition time. Within this time, the reflected echo signal is received. This is pulse 1, this is pulse 2. Between that, there is a pulse repetition time. Within this time, a reflected echo signal is received. This is the principle of pulse radar. Now we are going to see construction and working of the pulse radar in the form of its block diagram. Pulse radar consists of antenna, transmitter, receiver and display unit. Transmitter uses magnetron as a high power vacuum tube as an oscillator to generate the microwave at its operating frequency. The transmitter of pulse radar consists of magnetron as an oscillatory tube to generate the required frequency of the microwave. Master triggering develops the pulse to trigger the magnetron. Master triggering unit is another unit where all the parameters of the pulse, that is pulse width, pulse repetition time, pulse repetition frequency, duty cycle are set, and that generated pulse is used to trigger the magnetron oscillatory tube in the transmitter that generates the microwave radiations to be transmitted towards the target. The master triggering block sets the pulse width, pulse repetition time, and the duty cycle. The pulses from this triggers the magnetron into oscillations and emits burst of electrons microwave energy. It produces short duration, high power burst. Transmitter output is given to the duplexer connected to the antenna. Means output of transmitter is given to the duplexer to which antenna is connected. Duplexer connects single antenna to the transmitter as well as to the receiver respectively for transmission and reception. It prevents high power to be transmitted to reach to a receiver and protects from damaging. Means duplexer is used to prevent the high power to be transmitted to reach to the receiver and protect the receiver from the damaging. Duplexer uses the spark gap tube like transceiver and asynchronous transceiver that prevents transmitting power to reach to the receiver and is being protected against the high power when the signal is transmitting. When it detects the energy from the transmitter, spark gap breaks and creates a short circuit for radio frequency. Asynchronous transceiver disconnects the transmitter from the circuit during the reception purpose. The TR, that is the transceiver, and ATR, asynchronous transceiver, combinedly provides the isolation between transmitter and the receiver. So all this is the aspect which is present in the duplexer. The antenna is a horn antenna with parabolic reflector to produce the narrow beam width. Antenna is omnidirectional, can be rotated through 360 degree. We have studied the horn parabolic antenna in last semester. Here it is rotating one through 360 degree in a space. So that's why it is called as omnidirectional antenna. The same antenna receives echo pulse during the pulse of time and passes to duplexer. The receiver is high gain super heterodyne receiver. We have studied the super heterodyne receiver in the last semester. The signal is given to RF amplifier, then to the mixer to which the local oscillator signal is provided. We know that mixer is a diode assembly. A Klystron tube gun diode works as a local oscillator. Mixer generates intermediate frequency provided to IF amplifier which has high gain for the detection. The demodulator is a diode detector circuit. Output of this is provided to video amplifier which creates the signal for the display purpose to generate the image blink of the target on the display unit. Now the display unit in radar is the CRT which will scan and display the transmitted and received pulses. On CRT screen, after scanning the target, it will display transmitted and received pulses. The common CRT display that is used in radar is plan position indicator. It shows the range and azimuth display. Center of display is the location of target. Concentric circle indicates the range. The direction is indicated by the position of the reflected target on the display with respect to vertical radius. The target shown by lighted blimps. Horizontal sweep is calibrated in yards. Dear students, this is what plan position indicator means. This is the block diagram of pulsed radar, which we already described just now. As per descriptions we have used, we can say it makes use of omnidirectional parabolic horn antenna, which has the ability to radiate the microwave radiations within the allotted pulse width that reaches to the target. The reflected microwave radiations will be received within the pulse repetition time by the parabolic antenna. This antenna is coupled by waveguide to the duplexer. Duplexer is the unit that is used to connect the parabolic antenna to the transmitting side when signal is transmitted to the target. So this is the transmitting path. Whereas it disconnects the parabolic antenna from the transmitter side and connect it towards the receiver side. This is the receiving path during the receiving signal period. So that is the role of the duplexer. Duplexer makes use of the arc gap TR and ATR circuitries that protects the receiver from the high frequency, high power signal. The transmitting side consists of the master triggering circuit where the parameters of the pulse are set. Means pulse width, duty cycle, pulse repetition time, pulse frequency, repetition frequency, all parameters are set in this particular master timing generator. It is connected to the transmitter. It is also connected to the plan position indicator display control circuitry. These set parameter pulses are given to the transmitter, that is a magnetron tube oscillator that triggers the magnetron tube and produces the oscillations of high frequency microwave with high energy, with high amplification done by means of a traveling wave tube amplifier, and then it is given to the duplexer. Duplexer connects the parabolic antenna to the transmitter and allows the high frequency microwave radiations to radiate from the parabolic antenna, which are targeted towards the target. From the target, echo signal will be prepared. During the PRT is set by means of a master generator, those will be received back to the parabolic antenna. When the signal is received, it disconnects the antenna from the transmitter side and connect it towards the receiver side. Signal is given to the receiver side via duplexer, where the super heterodyne receiver is being used. Here, signal is amplified by the radio frequency amplifier, circuit RF amplifier. Output of RF amplifier is given to the mixer stage. It contains the klystron tube as a local oscillator. It provides the frequency to the mixer tube where both the signals are beated and the intermediate frequency is generated. That IF is amplified by the IF amplifier. It is a demodulated picture information about the target is given to the display unit as a CRT called as plan position indicator. Simultaneously, if the target is movable, parabolic antenna is rotated accordingly When parabolic antenna rotates, the signal is provided to the PPI display circuit control, which rotates the rotating yoke that also rotates the plan position indicator so as to synchronize the moving target with the PPI indicating device on which the blimp of the target is going to be indicated. So this is how the pulse radar works, which we have studied the block diagram of pulse radar. Let us go to deal with the concept of display. So this is the scanned PPI indicator. This is a transmitted pulse, whereas this is a received echo pulse. Here is the range within which one can determine the distance. Same is represented here. Here it is a blimp of target. Here is a range. And also position of the target is determined whether it is ahead, to the left, astern means back, or to the right. We have studied the angles 0 degree, 360 degree, 90 degree, 180 degree and 270 degree. Accordingly, angle of elevations are also going to be gets calculated. So these are peculiar displays are produced just for your understanding purpose. So this is the blimp of target. A PPI display with sophisticated scanning is tied to the antenna rotation, which we have studied just now. The rotation of antenna sends the signal to locate the direction of antenna. At the same time, yoke system rotates the synchronize the antenna. The sweep begins at center and moves outward as per the pulse transmission. Beginning of each transmitted pulse begins new sway. Rotation of yoke rotates the swipe along its radius. If the target a reflection occurs, lighted blimp appears on the screen, which is represented here. The calibrated reading gives the direction, range and position on the screen itself. So that's how the target is located here, range is determined, and also its location, whether it is to the left, whether it is to the right, whether it is ahead or it is the back, it is determined by knowing the angle of elevation that makes to the antenna, that is 0 degree, 360 degree, 270 degree, 180 degree or 90 degree. Dear students, this is how the pulse radar works to determine, to detect the range of the target. Target may be movable or the target may be steady. So that's all about the pulsed radar. Next time we'll go for another aspect, that is Bluetooth.